And welcome back to another episode of Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. I am the Corey C. Make sure you are subscribed to the podcast. We're on every podcast platform, every podcast outlet, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and so on. You name it. All right, we're there. Make sure you subscribe, follow the show, support the show. It all helps the cause, which is the I love Jackson State University. And today I am joined by a three-star cornerback out of the state of Georgia. Surprised that we signed him. I wasn't expecting it. I don't know if you were expecting it. I wasn't, but I'm glad we have him. Glad he's a Tiger. None other than Nireek Sharpe. Welcome to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club.
What's good? What's good?
All right, man. How you doing, bro?
Man, just blessed, man. Blessed to be here. Blessed to be a Tiger, man. Just been soaking it all in.
Congratulations on that, man. That's huge, man. To not only to, I mean, first of all, just to graduate from high school, that's one, that's huge. To be in a position to go to college, right? To not have to pay for college and then to play football in college. So I know it has to be an exciting time for you and your family.
Nah, most definitely real exciting. Shoot, real humble, blessed. They just happy to just see me win.
Mm-hmm. No doubt, no doubt. We're happy to have you. And I was saying before I introduced you that I follow Jackson State recruiting. I usually know what's going on. It's hard to catch me off guard, but you caught me off guard with that announcement, with that signing. I didn't know. I wasn't expecting that one, so it was a big surprise. And for you, what was the reaction? Because I would imagine a lot of your friends and family members didn't know. So what was the reaction like from your friends, family, classmates, and even the local media when you picked Jackson State?
Man, I got the video on my phone. Like when I announced it at the
Mm-hmm.
on my signing day at the table, like the crowd went crazy. Like it was just a surreal moment. Like it was like because I didn't even have their hat. Well, I had their hat up there, but it was like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't pick them. I picked up the Mississippi State hat first, and then I put it away. I had to put my little razzle dazzle on it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so like that. Everybody was expecting me. Oh, he going big time
Yeah,
Power Five for
absolutely.
sure, and stuff like that. And it just like after that, cause really just it's true what they say. Like wherever you go, like on your last visit, they got like the most point. They have the most
The
upright hit.
advantage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like Coach Taylor, he really won me over with that last visit. Just everything, just how I feel like the direction the program's gonna go into and stuff, and then just me put my trust in him, not letting all the media and stuff just feed into me with
Mm-hmm.
Dion leaving and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then just with him bringing a whole new style, so I know they not gonna be worried about nothing that happened last year, and then they ain't worried about no record or nothing. They trying to get this ball rolling like fast. So and then just the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to play early and everything, just doing it. I feel like I'm at home when I'm at
Mm-hmm.
HBCU. So it was just like it was no other better. It was no better feeling than that. Like I done visited plenty of schools. Done went up north, to the west. To the Midwest. It was just it's nothing like Jackson State.
Mm, mm. So I want to dive into all that, man. You gave us a lot, so I want to see if I can remember some of that and start breaking it down and dissecting it. So let's just talk about the recruitment. First, I want to ask you: did anyone know who knew you were going to Jackson State? Immediate family, mom.
My dad and my mom. That's it. Cause
Okay,
they,
so
they
you
went on the visit, so they were in the office when I committed with Coach Taylor.
okay, okay. So you committed on the visit, but you kept it a secret. You didn't make the announcement.
Oh yeah, for sure. I kept it a secret.
Okay. So when did Jackson State? Can you remember when they originally started recruiting you? How long had they been recruiting you?
This is what a lot of people don't know. This is how crazy God is, like how crazy God works and stuff, and just how like man, just how special Jackson State is.
Okay.
They offered me, I want to say January 28th, that Friday.
Okay. December 28th. Okay.
They wanted to put me on a plane to get down there that Friday, and I guess we couldn't do it or something. It was just so last minute. So my dad had got off work and came home and was like, "Hey, we about to drive to Jackson." I'm like, serious? Because he called me that morning and offered me Coach Quinn,
Okay.
DB coach.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Coach Taylor and stuff, and they was just all right. I didn't think we were gonna pursue it because it's like, man, it's so last minute.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Usually visits start on Friday, so it was like, man. So my pop was like, hey man, we finna drive down there right quick, just see what they going like, see what they talking about. So hopped in there, me, him, and my stepmom. Hopped in the car, Joe. There it was a quick listen. Mississippi State. I love the state of Mississippi. Like been there
Mm-hmm.
plenty of times. My first official visit was Mississippi State. Love the food, love the culture, love everything about Mississippi. Like A lot of people sleep on Mississippi, but I'm not one of them. Like I always knew I said I'm gonna play ball in Mississippi. Just like
Wow.
y'all
Mhm.
fans and stuff, just the people out there. Like I have had nothing but great encounters. Had like
Mhm.
out of all the times I've been in Mississippi,
Mhm.
I've been in Mississippi like 6 times.
Mhm.
So yeah, when I first came, first thing I looked at was just a hotel. Like, oh man, they knew my name, and that's crazy because I came late at night. They was
Okay.
expecting me. They was just, I was like, yeah, it's already feeling good. And then that what's crazy is it was like
Mhm.
2 o'clock in the morning when I got to my hotel when I had to check in.
Mhm.
Coach Quinn, the DB coach, got out his bed,
Wow.
and came to the hotel just to greet me and my family, make sure we
Mm.
were straight. And that stood out to
Wow.
me because, like, he could like, oh man, I'm asleep, man, I can't really.
Mhm.
But he did it out of spite, out of his heart, and that's what I really felt that night. And that just showed like how much a coach and a program needs you. If they willing to do stuff like that, give up some sleep or something just to make sure you good and make sure you feel at home and stuff.
Wow, man, that's an awesome, amazing story, man. And that's just the beginning, man. Just wait until you hear full time to experience it. Mississippi is the hospitality state, and then when it comes to being a Jackson State Tiger, man, it's nothing but family. So you just remember what I told you, and I'm pretty sure you already sensed that, but you're gonna really, really feel it full time when you're here. So, man, that's a great story. I'm glad you shared that with us. So, let's rewind. So, when you got that offer on the 28th, and when you decided to make the last minute visit before you got in the car to make that trip, that drive, and you don't have to tell us the school if you don't want to, but were you already committed somewhere, either verbally or just in your mind?
Yes, I was. I was
Okay.
committed to Georgia Tech, staying
Okay.
home, and it
Okay.
was just it really wasn't a secret. I ended up decommitting,
Okay.
but I didn't really tell nobody like that. So I was gonna end up just staying home. But that's the risk I took because,
Hmm.
like around here, the saying is like, man, you gotta just tour. Like I'm from Atlanta, I ain't really been outside of Atlanta all my life.
Hmm.
Like I probably went to Florida like one time in like
Hmm.
spring break. So like I ain't never really toured like that. Like my
Hmm.
first time going out was like going to Mississippi State on my official visit. So
Wow.
I wanted like with just my school. I wanted to be like a little far from home because like I feel like the further you are away from home, when you at college. That means you ain't gonna have no distractions. You're gonna be by yourself. You ain't gonna have no choice but to work.
Hmm.
You ain't like well if I'm at home, man, I might just go to my mom's house right quick, get some food or something when they ain't supposed to be.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was just like with that, it just Jackson State was like the perfect distance and everything, the
Right.
perfect
Right.
staff and everything. So
Right. Right.
it was just man. But nah, I had to. I didn't. They the Georgia Tech staff, they was already in the midst of hiring new guys and stuff, and I didn't really know who they was. So
Okay.
it's just a business at the end of the day. And I had to talk with the head coach, Coach Key and stuff, and it was just like
Okay.
just wasn't the right thing for me.
Sure. Sure. So when you again that going back to that trip, this last minute trip, and you can be honest because you're a Tiger now, so you can be honest. Did you really think or believe that there was a chance at all that you would go to Jackson State or go on the visit to Jackson State and end up committing to Jackson State, or did you think, well, I'll just go on the trip. I know I'm not probably not going to sign there, but why not, man? Get away for the weekend, take another visit, but I'm not going to end up signing there.
Honestly, no, I didn't think it because only reason because of this. The staff just left. Coach
Mm-hmm.
TC just got appointed. I didn't the defense the DB coach Coach Quinn he wasn't even staying in Jackson. So
What?
when I first came, he couldn't even really tell me nothing about it because it was like his second day there. So it was just like, man, I don't know about this. Like the coach I'm talking to don't even really know that much. But he was telling me he just came from Alcorn State and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, I don't know, man.
Uh-huh.
Like kind of iffy, but I judge everything. So the food place they took her to was great.
Oh yeah, we
And I'm
got the food now. We got the food at
yeah,
Jackson
it
now.
was. I forgot what it was called. It's a famous place. I
Mm-hmm.
forgot. They serve like breakfast or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm asking about the food place. I'm asking questions. He couldn't even
Mm-hmm.
tell me. I'm like, oh, I forgot you was at Alcorn State.
Right.
He
Right.
was, yeah, man. He was like, man, this like my little field trip, just like it's yours. I'm like, all right, that's cool. So me and him we just got a vibe and still got a
Mhm.
feeling, just making sure like everything checked out on my end. Shoot, he ain't expect me to be that. I'm that tall. Like he ain't expect me to be that tall. Just a lanky corner, just really just. Sure, I'm almost Coach TC height. Well,
Mhm.
yeah, I
Okay.
probably am.
Wow.
I don't really know.
Okay.
So yeah, that's just what the vibe was like. And then, but nah, I ain't think I was going. We was gonna make it happen because
Mhm.
I got down there Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
All the recruits on the officials, they were already there for a whole full day. So
Mm-hmm.
when I came, they were already, vibing with their coaches and stuff, and already had their little stuff planned. And I didn't even know. Well, I ain't gonna talk about it now, but come to find out, all those dudes are already committed, and
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know. I'm thinking they just, just taking their little visits, before the signing day.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Wow.
was it was just crazy. But no, I didn't think it was gonna pull off.
Okay, and then you made it Saturday morning. You left Sunday evening.
Yeah, we left Sunday evening, so we were there for a
So
full day.
okay, so a little bit over a day, day and a half or so. So man, that's to take a visit and only be there for a short amount of time and going in thinking there's no chance. And then, obviously considering, the coach that you were dealing with didn't know much about the program. I got to ask you myself, man, what in the world made you commit to Jackson State despite all that?
Man, I'm gonna keep it like I'm from
It's
Atlanta,
Tiger
so
Talk.
really
Keep
like
it 100. It's Tiger Talk. Let's
yeah,
go.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Yeah, that's what we say in Atlanta. So boom, really just okay. So I always had this saying like, no matter how big I get, I'm gonna take an HBCU offer.
Okay.
Like a lot of kids like me, big time recruit, they be like, man, can go to HBCU. We ain't gonna be focused. It's gonna be too much going on. Just our culture and stuff. We're gonna
Mm-hmm.
feed into it. You're gonna mess us up, mess up our goals and stuff. But I was like, man, even if I don't go, I'm taking me a visit. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people don't know my first offer was Morehouse. So I've been tuned into HBCUs.
Okay.
I had Morehouse, Tennessee State,
Mm-hmm.
FAMU. So
Okay.
it's like, man, I gotta get me a visit. But I never ended up visiting
Okay.
them two. I posted went to Tennessee State homecoming, but I didn't go. So when they offered me, I was like, I really wasn't even focused on committing. I was like, bro,
Right.
I got to
The
go on the
visit.
visit. Like, I have to. I don't care what nobody say. Even if I don't go there, I got to
you
see
got
what
you
it
got to
is.
experience it. I feel you. It's all
I
good. I
don't
feel you.
I don't watch all y'all YouTube
Mm-hmm.
videos and all that. I was like, bro, I got to see it for
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Just like everything. Know some of the players and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So we're really the ultimate thing that made me just say like, all right, I want to be a Tiger. Just overall family. Like I don't think it's some Power Five schools that ain't that it's not they not doing their program not in the direction that Jackson State program is in. Like man, it just I can see the vision that Coach T she just got them boys in. Like even with just how everything changing, like how they was explaining to me, football players getting their own like facilities and
Mm-hmm.
cafes and stuff. Like they really like taking it serious and really buying into the program and the football. Just the aspect like even with the coaches and stuff, he getting top of the line coaches for his staff, athletic trainers and stuff, making sure the guys staying healthy. He got them in yoga.
Mm-hmm.
He taking everything serious. Like he coming for it all this year. So and then just talking to him, we had talked before I committed. We talked for like 20 minutes just talking
Mm-hmm.
about stuff, and he ain't even ask. He said, "I don't even want you to say nothing." He
Mm-hmm.
asked my parent. I had my mom, my father, and his wife there. He just asked him. He was like, "What did you guys like about the visit?" He already knew what I like. He just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
hear like what did my parents didn't like about what made them, feel like that this was a place for their son.
Mm-hmm. Can you remember what some of those things were?
Oh, the biggest thing I know what my mom said. The biggest thing she was just like, just the mentorship, like.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it's like your parents they giving their son away to the colleges, so it's
Mm-hmm.
like they putting them in their hands now for the next 3 or 4 years. It's like
Yes.
you giving your child away. So it's just like she's just looking for that, just a great family. Take me in, mentor me, make me become a better man on and off the field and stuff like that. And she was talking with I forgot it's the head lady.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I really forgot. And I had a blast. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
It was I don't know. I know she talked to the athletic trainer, then she talked to
Mm-hmm.
the academic lady, Miss
Okay.
Alyssa.
Okay.
Like
I got you. Yep.
and there was another lady. So just binding them, making sure we what I actually didn't know is the academics is very high. It's up there
Mm-hmm.
with Ole
Yep.
Miss, I think, like the best in Mississippi. So that was very good. Like, cause you got some Power Five programs ain't even up there with y'all in the state of
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi. So it was like, man, that's crazy. And that's what she loved here. Like she loved the academics part. And that's what she said that what stood out to her and just why she would just love to be like a proud parent of a Jackson
Mm-hmm.
State player. I
Awesome.
can't
Awesome.
remember what my father said because he was in my ear the whole time. Like we in the locker room, he like, hey bro, this it, bro. Like you got
Wow.
because But like the whole time we taking our visit, we walking around touring and stuff. He was in the back talking with Coach TC Taylor about me, and then just asking him. I remember he whispered in my ear. He was like, "Hey, I talked to your boy. I asked him like, I'm just asking the question like why they like you and stuff, and like why they end up pulling the trigger so late." Ooh. And
Mm-hmm.
then he was like, Coach Taylor was like, he watched his film. He watched my film, and he was just like, he said he didn't even say like all he said was, "Man, I got to have him." And it was just like, you get that feeling when somebody needs you, not want you.
Okay.
Like Coach Taylor, like I feel like like he was just thanking God that I fell into his lap because
Mm,
like
mm,
I'm the prototype of what he need on that
mm.
defense. I'm a DB with swag. I talk that mess and I back it up.
Okay. Okay.
And it shows on my film. All state DB, all region DB. One of the best cornerbacks to come out of the state of Georgia in this
Talk
class.
that talk. Talk that talk. That's what I'm
Yeah, it
talking
was
about.
just like, and then he wasn't really worried about my situation or nothing, or he wasn't worried about no power forward. He was like, bro, this the place to be. And
Wow.
this coming from a receiver coach, like he want me to come there to lock his receivers up. So I was like, man,
Okay.
let's do it. Because at the end of the day, like he knew, like, hey man, I'm not just a receiver coach, I'm a head coach. So I
Mm.
need 11 dogs on each side of the ball.
There you go.
So
Wow. So Jackson State and the staff won not only you over in a short amount of time, but your parents as well. That's amazing. And did they go on some of those other visits with you, like the Power Five visits?
oh yes, sir. They went on
So
all my visits. They went on all
so
my visits.
so they went on those visits, and then your dad, after going on those Power Five visits, you get to Jackson State, and your dad said, "This is the place."
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
So, cause like, okay, they went on me with all my visits. My very first visit was Mississippi State. They wanted me to go to Mississippi State, but me in my heart, I didn't want to go. And
Mm,
then what's so crazy, like probably like a month or two later, Coach Mike Leach ended up dying. And I was like, man, that's
yeah,
crazy. Because my family like really thought in their heart, like, bro, I'm gonna be at Mississippi State. But it was just like, I don't know, it was just something just wasn't it was clicking, but because I was the first DB they ever took on the visit, but it was just like, oh, I'm gonna weigh
mm,
my options. Because this was in like I took my visit in like October. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait and see, because I was still getting offers, still hot, still climbing the ladder in the rankings and everything. So I was just like, man, I ain't no telling what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna keep it all in God's hand. Because at the end of the day, what they say like on Twitter and stuff is real. Like we 16, 17, 18-year-old boys, making big lifetime decisions. Now it's getting crazy where money involved and stuff like that, and people taking all type of aspect into consideration. So it was just like, man, let me just take a step back and just weigh all my options and just
mm.
really just think about what I'm like. This is about to be one of the most biggest decisions of
Important.
my life. So I was
Right.
just like, that's why because I graduated like it's a whole story. I graduated early and everything. I was supposed to sign December 21st on early national signing day, but I ended up didn't. And thank God, shoot, I didn't sign until
Okay.
February 1st, and now
Right.
I'm a Jackson State Tiger.
Right. Because you wouldn't be here because we hadn't even offered you at the time.
Right,
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned it earlier, man. It's funny how God works. So that's
right,
definitely an example. So that definitely worked out because for someone who's graduating early, for them to not sign early, that's almost unheard of. So
right,
obviously it was meant. We know it was meant. So,
right.
man, you've had some high praises for Coach TC since you signed, and I remember reading an article. Maybe I was saw you on an interview. I can't remember, but I remember you saying that there were a lot of eyes on Jackson State after Coach Prime's departure. But you feel that Coach TC will keep the program going and even elevate it more and make history again, and that's why you want to be a part of it. So, what gives you that belief? That belief in Coach TC and his program and his staff that they can keep the program moving forward.
What gives me that belief is really just like his demeanor on everything. Like he ain't one of those dudes, one of those like those old shoulda coulda woulda dudes. He gonna mean what he say and do what he gonna do whatever he mean or whatever he say.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm,
like when I was just talking to him, just listening to him talking stuff, he kept it real simple. Like, hey man, this is HBCU, but we the
mm-hmm,
best. That's all. We the best. We gonna be the best. We gonna continue to be the best with you or without you. But when you gonna get on this train, you gonna be on 100%. Ain't no mediocrity, no none of that. And that's what I like about a coach. Like a coach that's ready to work. He ain't ready. He ain't with all that media stuff or none like that. And then it just like with him just bringing the group of guys that he brought. Like I'm talking to the DC and stuff. Like them real dogs, like, and I just with them just talking to me how they like to play their defense and stuff like that, And then I'm telling him like all the accolades I'm trying to come from. I'm trying to come for all SWAT freshmen. Shoot,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
was some list because I've been studying the SWAT a lot. A lot of people don't
Okay.
know.
Okay.
I got a blood brother. I got a blood brother. He plays for Alabama State. Adrian Maddox, number 14. So
Wow.
he won.
That's your
Yeah, he
brother.
won something. It was a Jerry Rice Award or something like that.
Mhm. The Jerry Rice
So
Award is for the top freshman in FCS football.
yeah, it was something I forgot. It was whatever award Travis Hunter was nominated in. He was in that. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, man, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
win that on my freshman year. So I've just been really
Mm-hmm.
just working and stuff. And then that's what I told before I committed to coach with Jackson State in the Coach TC office. I just told him like, Coach, I'm coming for all that. Like, I really just feel like just so angry and stuff. It really just how my process went because the portal and everything, and really like with where I wanted to go and stuff like that. And it was just like, man, this is God. Like this is nothing but God. Because now I'm a Jackson State Tiger. I get to put on for my culture, not even just myself, like the whole Black community. And I got the chance to be one of the best to ever do it, one of the best cornerbacks to come out of really Atlanta, and
Mm-hmm.
then come to Jackson to do it, and then go to the NFL and do it. Should get some awards up there. Like I said, go Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame, and all that. And I would listen when they were talking about Walter Payton and stuff and the greats that done came out of HBCUs, and I want to be one of those guys.
Wow. Wow. And I remember, and it may have been the same interview, but I remember you talking about how a star rated recruit like yourself choosing an HBCU could set the trend for other recruits to follow. And you want to show that it's okay to go to an HBCU and that you can make it to the NFL from an HBCU. So, how important is that for you to be one of those trendsetters or trailblazers? And how much did that weigh into your decision?
It's been a trend. It's been a trend for years. I first seen it when Deion's son did it, Shador, and then the next year, I think Travis ended up doing it and
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Coleman. And
Mm-hmm.
I was just looking at it, and I know I was around people talking bad on the guys, like people around me saying, man, those guys are crazy, like. Man, they'll never get to the NFL from them and just stuff like that. But I'm seeing them guys, they balling out at the
Mm-hmm.
HBCUs, and not in the position that they in now, and stuff like that. But I feel like they would have stayed, they would have still had the same
Mm-hmm.
opportunity, same chance.
Definitely.
If they would have just kept going crazy at it, season
Would
in and
have.
season out. So I took all that in consideration, watched a lot of videos, and then just seeing just like how it affected them positively and negatively. I didn't really feed too much into the negative stuff because I'm not really the type that just I don't read comments and stuff like that because it's like, man, at the end of the day, God see everything. So it was just
Mm-hmm.
like with my decision, it was like, man, I want to be a trendsetter. Like, I've been a trendsetter like all my life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm like Soldier Boy. I'm like Soldier Boy in the field. I'm the first to do everything. Like, and then a lot of people don't know. I've been playing DB for 2 years.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
6. Yeah, I'm 6'2". I've been playing receiver all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing DB my 11th grade year, so it was crazy. So I was just like, man, with my decision, I want to go somewhere and take over the whole division. Like
Mm-hmm.
I say, I could
Yeah.
really shake up the SWAT with this.
You can. You can. And I mentioned earlier about being a trendsetter, and you said the trend already started a couple years back with Shador and guys like Travis Hunter. Absolutely. But one for you, one thing that sets you apart, what they did was commendable. But the reason why I'm calling you a trendsetter in your own right is because some will say, well, Shador followed his father, right? He went with where Coach Prime. Travis Hunter, number one player in the nation. And that's just amazing for him to sign with HBCU, but he followed his idol, the guy he always looked up to. But you're different. Like Coach Prime is not here. Coach Prime is a celebrity, one of the greatest to ever do it. So it's a lot easier for someone to say, I'm going to go, or, are we going to play for Coach Prime and he just happens to be at Jackson State, or are we going to Jackson State? That's the question, right? Not that there's anything wrong with doing it either way. But when Coach Prime is not here and you have TC Taylor just on the job and you have a position coach who doesn't even know much about the school yet and learning it, and then you come and you're blown away by the city, the school, the facilities, and everything, and your dad is in your ear who's been on the Power Five visit with you and said, no, this is the place. That's why I say you're a trendsetter, because you're saying, no, I chose to go to Jackson State University. I want to be at an HBCU, the glitz and glamour that used to be around the program with the likes of a Coach Prime. Not quite the same, but that's where I want to be. So that's why I call you a trendsetter, and I commend you for that decision.
Appreciate you. Yeah, that's what I feel like too. Like I was reading an article like the other day, And yeah, they had quoted what I said, and they were like, yeah, he reached out to me with Colorado and stuff, and I still declined and ended up going to Jackson State. And it was like I was showing that Jackson State, they still, they got that sauce. Like they can, it's not just Dion who made them. Like they're still Jackson State. Like
Hmm.
no, you can't take that credit away from them. Like they can
Right.
still attract big time recruits like me. That's what I feel like. I gave back. I gave people an eye opener towards that. Like nobody is committing to just a person. They committing to a program. Like they
Hmm.
buying into the program, not just one person. But that's what I feel like. I open people's eyes back up and stuff.
I'm glad you pointed that out and cleared that up because there was a little bit of controversy. I remember that article. We posted it, we reposted, and some were saying, "No, Coach Prime, he offered him when he was at Jackson State, right?"
Yeah,
So,
I seen that, but I ain't gonna say nothing about it. But I
right,
seen
right,
that.
yeah, we're not talking down or negative. We just want the truth. Like, what is the truth?
Yeah,
Like, no, it was a
yeah,
Colorado offer.
yeah. It was
So,
just crazy. I'm like, they going back and forth in the comment. Like
hmm,
I'm not big on the media, so it was
hmm,
like I'm
yeah,
reading the comments. They're like some people's like swear they like I feel like they like my best friends or something. They talking like, he offered me when he was at Jackson State. Y'all don't know what y'all talking about. I was
hmm,
like, I never met these people in my life, but
hmm,
they got it figured out. Or so I'm like, man, that's
right.
crazy. It's just crazy how the internet works and stuff.
It is,
But
man.
now to clear all that up, we just spoke on just talking on the phone. It's crazy because I've been knew his the DB coach, Coach Mathis, who went with
Hmm.
him. Like
Hmm.
I knew him a while back.
Okay.
I actually got a picture with him in my phone. I went to a Mississippi State camp, and he had came and he was recruiting me and stuff. So I've been familiar with him and the staff and stuff. But it was just like at the end of the day, the decision is what's best for me. I
Hmm.
feel like what's best for me is Jackson State.
There you have it.
Colorado is cool. I don't really know nothing about it. I just know the name Colorado. Like
Hmm.
I don't. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. That's like a whole different country to me up there. Like
ATL shouted.
yeah, I don't want to take a visit and no disrespect. It just
Right, right.
I
That's how
want
you
to
feel.
go with familiar faces and with a great environment, great people. So I met the
No doubt.
whole staff at like my when we first on the visit when we first went to the breakfast thing. I met the whole staff, introduced themselves, where they was from. It was crazy. It was more diverse than I thought. Like it's
Okay.
a mixture of
Yeah,
coaches,
it
mixture of
is.
races on the staff. So I like that. Very diverse.
And the school as well. You'll be surprised. You when you hear
Yeah,
HBCU, you
I
think
seen a
air.
lot of like when we went to see people work out and stuff. I seen diverse
Mhm,
coaches and
mhm.
stuff. I see y'all take tennis real hard out there.
Absolutely.
The tennis court was packed. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
crazy.
Soccer, you name it. So, yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, but yeah, man, going back to that internet, man, stay out of the comments, man. You can read them, but I commend you for not getting involved. Listen,
And
as a Jackson State Tiger,
My mom
say,
read some comments and got
oh, okay,
angry.
well, yeah, your parents. Don't let your parents read it, man. Don't let your
She
parents
got
read
angry.
that.
I'm like, Mom, you just turn
Don't
off
let
the
them do it.
comments. Just turn it off.
Listen, as a Jackson State Tiger, one thing I can promise you, the fans will handle the business for you on Twitter in the comments. You don't have to
Oh
worry
yeah.
about it.
I
Trust
seen
me.
some Jackson
You
State
saw it?
fans going crazy. I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I think I
Trust me.
picked the right fan base. I ain't got to say
Absolutely.
that. They backing me up.
You don't have to say a word.
But it was one time I wanted to like. It was just like a person. It was like a Jackson State fan. He was just saying like, y'all hating on the young 17-year-old for being him and
Hmm. Hmm.
making the decision for himself. He didn't care about what nobody else said.
Hmm.
I wanted to like the comment, but I ain't want to do too much. But shout out to you, man. Whoever said that. I
There
don't
you
really
go.
know his name, but
That's what's up.
appreciate y'all. Like the whole Jackson State community. Like I appreciate y'all for having my back.
No doubt. No doubt. All right, man. So you already graduated. So what are you doing with yourself these days? What's your routine like every day? And when are we gonna see you back in the jet?
Man, I'm getting big, man. Just cause I was gonna run track this year, but I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm gonna just devote because last year I devoted my spring. Then I didn't run track last year. I just got bigger, faster, stronger. Can't never have too much speed or nothing. So really just I wake up, work out, eat, watch film a lot, and then I probably work out again and eat a lot. Like I've been focused on gaining weight, trying to gain like 5 or 10 more pounds before I get to campus. But now I'm actually be on campus April 15th at the spring game.
Okay.
I just
And-
booked my hotel like 2 days ago.
Okay. And
Yeah,
then
so I'm gonna be
enrolling.
down
When
there
will
for
you
sure.
enroll? Summer
Oh,
or
I enrolled in the summer.
okay. All right, cool. Good, good.
Yeah,
And you talk about that that weight. What is the current height and weight? And do you have an idea of
my
playing
current
weight
height
yet?
weight is 6'2", 165.
Okay. You know what you want to get that 165 up to ideally?
I ain't trying to get too heavy, so
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to get like I'm gonna put a even. I'm gonna put like 174. I'm gonna get it because it's just like I eat a lot. It just
Mhm.
I be running so much I burn it off. Like
Okay.
I don't even run track and I run so much. Like I'll go play basketball and just burn it all off. And it's like I can't do that. I gotta be eating, And I've been getting more into like the meal prep stuff, eating more like
Okay.
fish and rice,
Man, that's awesome.
grilled chicken and stuff like that. Just putting the right stuff in my body, preparing it more, just nutrition wise. I've been getting big on that because
Mhm.
I'm from Atlanta, man. I'm in the slum, man. We eating
Mhm.
noodles and stuff. I gotta eat right. So, and that's another thing Coach Taylor said he liked about me.
Okay.
My pops that I talked to, he was like, man, he like to eat and we gonna feed him because on my visit I ate like 2 plates of everything we ate. Like we went to some of the best restaurants and I ate like 2 plates. Like I love the food that y'all got down there.
We
Like I
got
can't
it.
wait to
We
get
got
back
the
down
food.
there.
No
I
doubt.
love
No,
the
no,
food.
known for the food. Known for the food.
Yeah.
All right. So in the secondary, what position do you play in the secondary? Do you have a preference where you best at, or where do you expect to play?
I feel like I'm an all around DB, but I feel like my star position is the cornerback position. Just my length, my speed, and everything. I'm probably one of the hottest compared. Like everybody comparing me to Sauce Gardner. My
Mm,
tape just
mm, mm,
real like a replica of his. Just with me just being so long, being able to take control and shut down one side of the field. Just the same stuff they saying about him and just Travis Hunter.
mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm the same person, but I feel like I'm me. Like that's why I tell them don't really compare me because like I'm me and I'm doing it my way. I'm not going to Alabama or nothing like that. I'm going to Jackson State. I'm putting on for Jackson State. I'm putting on for myself and I'm taking it all the way.
Mhm. And it's not just you, man. This secondary is loaded. We got some guys like a Tristan Sion in that secondary coming out of high school who had
Yeah, that's
40,
my guy.
45
We
ball.
actually been
Okay,
talking on the phone.
that's what I wanted to know. Are you getting to know these guys?
Oh, but man, when I first came down there, they always like, man, you gotta hit me up on IG. I got all that IGs and stuff like that. My host, Kerry Wiggins, K5.
Okay, K
That's
five.
my boy. He was my host. He gave me a tour. We had a talk, just about everything. I asked him what he is what really won me over too. Like he
Okay,
played a big part because he
okay.
was on the last year team, and I asked him
Mhm.
why did you not leave? He was just like, man, I gotta graduate. And then he was just like, it ain't like we getting a whole new style. Like I really like Coach TC. Like he seen Coach TC vision too. So he was like, man, like I'm not just gonna just up and leave just because somebody my old coach got a better job. I'm gonna stay. Keep putting on, keep grinding. Because at the end of the day, it's your legacy. You got to do what's best for you, and you want to write your own legacy. You don't want to put your own story in somebody else's hands. So I had a real deep talk with him. He was just like, bro, you come down here, put your head down, don't go crazy and stuff because it's the HBCU.
Mhm.
And just really just show up on Saturdays. You're gonna get to them Sundays. So I was just like, all right,
Okay, K5. I see you. I
yeah,
see
K
you
five, that's my
providing the
dog.
words of providing the words of wisdom. He'll be a vet, in that secondary. Now he'll be expecting him to step into a leadership role. So I see you, K5. That's what's up. That's our guy. That's our guy.
Yeah,
You keep talking about, don't get caught up in the HBCU, the lifestyle. I know you want to say like the quote unquote party. We get down on the yard. We get down at the HBCU. But
yeah.
what would you say you're looking forward to the most? And that can be football related or outside of football.
What I'm looking forward to the most out of HBCU, mm, really just like how you guys like just the family part, how you guys like treat just a big time kid who came. I'm not gonna say it's to a less school, but like just
You
chose you
turn down a
guys
Power Five school. It is what it
right.
is. You turn down a Power
Right.
Five school.
I
That's what
really
it
just
is.
want to see like how the fans and like I already see how they interacting with me over the media.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Mm-hmm.
because like I seen it a little bit when I came. A lot of people knew a lot of people don't know. That's another thing I'm gonna address. Like my name is already Sharpe, but people don't call me that. People call me Kool-Aid. That's what's another unique thing about me.
I was go.
My
I was gonna
my
ask you
nickname
about
is
that.
Kool-Aid. So when I came, it was like not even just like the little females, like parents just knew my name. Like, hey, Kool-Aid, you on campus? Woo. I was
Mm.
like, man, that's crazy. Like, I just love that when like people know about me before I even like
Yep.
try to introduce myself. It's just like, man, they really been studying me or something. Like something got to be my name got to be somewhere for them to just find out and just know a little bit about me and just want me to come play for their team. So
Yeah.
that's just really what I'm looking for, the love and the like just the familyness.
Yeah, it's that, man. Listen, we love our Tigers. We love our university. We say "the I love." That's not just a hashtag, man. That's a lifestyle, right? So one thing about Jackson State, and you're probably already starting to see it. You don't go to Jackson State for 4 years or 5 years or 3 years. You're Jackson State for life, right? You go back
Yeah,
every year for
yeah.
homecoming. Yeah,
I know you
yeah.
guys alone, like the alumni
Mm,
is real tight. Like coming
mm-hmm,
to every homecoming game. That's another thing I'm looking for. Like I ain't
mm-hmm.
never been ready for a homecoming game, man. And it's crazy. We played Alabama State, which is
Oh,
my brother. Like
man.
it's gonna be real
Mm-hmm.
crazy. I'm looking forward to that one and the first game. Our first game is
Oh
back
yeah,
in,
Atlanta.
man. My whole family gonna be there, so
I bet. I
it's
know
gonna
that's
be
gonna be
real
something.
special. That's what I'm saying. Like I just thank God every day because it's like I feel like everything is going in my favor and just like how
Mm-hmm,
I'm playing in front of them. They're gonna see me with my new team and stuff like that. Like and it's just like the first game. That's really gonna be our test, like to show everybody like we here
mm-hmm,
and we're not going anywhere. We're gonna stay at the top where we was. Like it don't matter that nobody left or nothing like that. We got dogs right behind them and
mm-hmm,
dogs behind them too. So
mm-hmm.
we're just gonna show the world that we here to stay.
So first game in Atlanta, back home. You know where the last game is?
I
Putting
think
you
it's
on
in
the
Atlanta
spot.
too. The Celebration Bowl, right?
Celebration Bowl. So we have to make it to the Celebration Bowl, but that's what we do. We get to the Celebration Bowl. So
And we're
we
gonna
have
get
this
there.
thing called start in Atlanta, finish in Atlanta. So how cool would it be to play, man, your freshman season, first game at home, play your brother for homecoming, and then win a national championship, a Black college football national championship back in Atlanta? How would that be? How would that make you feel?
Man, it would feel so special, just like uh well, my high school, I never got to the fourth or fifth round, like the championship round, to where you play in the dome. So I always wanted to play in there. So for that to be my first game in there, it was just like everything just so special.
Mm-hmm,
And then just to be a part of this team, like this class, this team, it's like this is like life after Dion. Like this is
mm-hmm,
the team after. Like we gonna show y'all that, man. Coach TC, he one of those coaches. He gonna be one of those great head coaches too. Like
mm-hmm,
he got the whole program, just everybody in sync on one accord,
mm-hmm.
and we got one thing in common: undefeated, and we winning the Celebration Bowl. That's it. We just want our respect. That's it. A
That's
lot of
it.
people just they lost respect and just started talking crazy. And no, we're Jackson State football, and we're gonna show y'all that. But
That's
we
what's
won't
up,
do
man.
no talking. That we let our past talk.
That's it. That's it. Man, I could end it right there, man. You just said a mouthful. I love the attitude. The fans are going to eat this one up. They already love you, but that love is going to go to another level. So be ready to be bombarded when the next time you come to town and autographs and pictures and stuff like that. Once they see this, man, tell you they're going to
No
fall in
doubt. I
love with
need them to show some love, man, when I come April 15th. It was
you. No doubt.
crazy. Not just me coming, I got my family coming to the
Okay.
spring game. Like that's how deep my family is coming. Like they
Yeah.
coming behind me like real solid. They coming to watch the spring game. I told them like, man, we y'all got to just y'all. I'm like they be asking me why I picked them too. I'm like, all right, y'all got to come with me and
They
see
got. They're
why I
going to see.
picked them.
Okay.
They
So
got to see it for
they.
themselves. I don't even want to explain
Okay.
it.
Here we go. Now we're talking. So first of all, you were so impressed by the visit and blown away, which I get it because I've been on the visits with the recruits. I've seen his first class, but a lot of times, we do visits during the season, and we bring a recruit in during a game, like homecoming, and they see the 50 to 60,000 people in the stadium, and that's what wins them over. So you haven't even seen that yet. So the spring game, it'll be a little bit of taste of it, right? It's not just going to be your average, everyday, ordinary spring game. I wouldn't be surprised if the boom is there. We're not going to pack it out 60K like a regular game, but
Yeah.
you're going to feel the big time. So yeah, definitely bring your friends, your family, and just
That's
enjoy, man.
another
So.
thing too. I just love just the facility stuff, how you guys like take care of that. Like
Mm-hmm.
you guys got one of the biggest stadiums I done seen, and I done been to Bama, all type of schools. Like you guys stadium is huge. I ain't know it was that big until I
Mm-hmm.
walked down through the tunnel, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
golly,
Yeah.
like it's crazy. I know that like the games be rocking,
Mm-hmm.
and
Largest
it just
stadium in FCS.
the dude that's over, I forgot his name. Man, it was so crazy.
Terrence
The dude
Jones.
that's yeah. He was just telling us like, man, like it gets so packed where like people just standing up like on the field on the sidelines. I'm like, man, that's crazy. Like it be that packed.
Yeah,
Cause
you
like,
got to be
man,
there and experience it to really understand it and you'll get chills, man. I'm telling you.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
trying to like picture it in my head and just hear the sounds, but I couldn't. I
you
couldn't
got to
do
be
it.
there.
I had to go on YouTube and just watch some
Mhm.
videos.
Yeah, man, Storage Stadium. You were talking about some of the greats like Walter Payton. Same stadium that he played in. So, Jerry Rice has played in that stadium. You name it, Steve McNair. So, there's a lot of greats, and not just SWAC greats, but even SEC greats and other guys who've gone on to the NFL and the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We have 4 Hall of Famers ourselves, so definitely Storage Stadium. So, man, listen, we could talk all day, all night. I'm gonna save a little bit, save some. We're gonna have to bring you back after the spring and get a little bit more. Man, we
Most definitely.
appreciate this. Before we let you go, though, message to the fans. Anything you want to say to the fans before you get there in April and then for good in the summer?
Message to the fans. I want to thank you guys just for taking me in. As like one of you guys, sons protecting me. Even though you guys don't know me probably from a can of paint. I think it was just for being just not even down for me, just being down for the program. You guys play a big part, a part bigger than you know.
Mm,
Players recruitment and stuff, and why people pick their schools. Just with you guys being diehard fans, that could win the dude over, like right there. That could win the recruit over. And I just want you to just continue doing that to the players after me, like the players in the classes after me, just because we gonna need guys year after year after year, even when I'm gone. Like I want the dudes under me to be dogs as well, because I'm a dog. And fans like you guys attract dogs like from all over the world. So I just want to thank you guys for that, and I just want you guys to have a blessed rest of you guys spring. And
yeah.
I will be seeing y'all at the spring game, and I want to see y'all at all the games. I don't know what number I'm wearing yet. I got
Okay.
to figure that out, but just know I'm gonna be on that field.
Oh, you don't have to tell them. They'll be at the games. That's the last thing you got to worry about. We'll
No
be at
doubt,
the
no
game.
doubt, no doubt.
That's what's up. All right, man. Last thing, man. Social media. Let them know where they can follow you on. I was about to say Facebook, on Instagram and Twitter, or wherever you're at on social media.
My Twitter is Nireek1 is my name with a one, and then my Instagram is one rich Reek Reek. I'm about to change that though because I can say this. You guys are family. I
Yeah,
got a
man.
little insight.
Okay.
I got a NIL deal
Oh,
that I'm
breaking
about to
news
get
on Tiger
into
Talk with the
with
1400 Club.
the Kool Aid company, because my
Okay.
nickname Kool Aid. The only other player signed with them is Kool Aid McKinstry, the dude from
Mm,
Alabama.
mm,
So I got a little, we in a little works or something right now. I
okay.
don't want to, just
Yeah.
keep up. Well, it's gonna be an interview, but I've been like my branding more. I've been wanting to brand my name more, my nickname, because a lot of people know me by my, my real name. But
Mhm.
I've been trying to get it in. Like my family called me Kool Aid, so
Okay.
I don't want to just like instill it in, like yeah, call me that. But you know, we're gonna get
What's
it
up?
right.
All right, man. Hey, well, congratulations. First of many, man. We're speaking it into existence, first of many. So we're just happy again to have you as a Jackson State Tiger. You are a family. Congratulations. We wish you the best in first of many with NIL deals and the first of many appearances on Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. Don't be a stranger.
No doubt. Appreciate you guys. Go Tigers.
All right, no doubt. Go Tigers.